How's it going, you guys? Now, I get a lot of requests about how to stretch that hip flexor muscle. If you sit all day at work or if you do a ton of running, it's a really easy muscle to get tight very quickly. It's important to keep it stretched. Otherwise, you will get a hip flexor injury, and having had one myself, I can tell you it is not fun. So what you want to do is make sure that you keep it stretched. I'm going to show you a few easy stretches, okay? First thing, you want to come down into a kneeling position. The back knee should be slightly under the hip, okay? And what you're gonna do is just push forward. You wanna think about pushing forward. You don't wanna arch the back too much, but you're pushing forward so that you're really opening up that hip, okay? Really open it up and breathe. And you wanna hold these stretches for about 30 seconds. You don't ever wanna bounce, okay? You wanna do a nice static hold. It feels good. Don't push to an uncomfortable point. You wanna be comfortable, you want it to feel like it's working, but you don't want to push to an injury point, okay? Now, if you are feeling like that's not quite doing it, you can always put this back leg, you can put the toe right up against the wall so that your knee is nice and close to the wall, and then push even more. You're getting a much lower quad stretch there, okay? My toe is pushing off the wall. Let me move it so you can see it. Okay, pushing off the wall, big stretch. Breathe, okay, really getting the hip flexor there. You're gonna feel a little bit in the other leg, okay? Breathe. Now, if you have trouble getting to your bottom knee, if you have bad knees and you can't get all the way down to the bottom, you can do this standing up, okay? You can do it in just like a deep lunge where you're pushing forward and this knee is about 6-7 inches from the ground. The other thing you can do is get yourself a chair and push way up against it, okay? And switch legs. You want to make sure, again, you hold that stretch for about 30 seconds. Big push, open up that hip. Okay, keep your shoulders square. This is a really great way to do it. Just hold it and breathe, okay? There you go. Okay, 2 more. This next one, you're gonna feel as well in the glute and in the hip, okay? You're gonna bring one foot in front of you. Bend it. Other leg is going to be the one that you're really stretching. That's my back one. Any of you yogis out there can probably tell that I am not one, but this is a nice hip flexor stretch for that back leg. Really stretching it out. It's going to hit your glute in the bent leg. Try and lean forward and really think about pushing that hip back. Push that leg back. Open up the hip flexor to the floor. Keep breathing. You need oxygen. You always want to stretch when you're slightly warm. You can also do this one, you guys, just from a sitting up position. Okay, if you're sitting up, you don't even need to bend back. Just really think about driving the hips forward to feel that pull in the hip flexor. All right, last one, you guys. This is a really good one. It definitely looks silly, but it's one of my favorites. You're going to start on your knees, and your feet are gonna be kind of out. So again, if you have bad knees, this one's not for you. And you're gonna kind of slide your knees out. You're gonna stick your butt right up in the air, slide those knees out, and you're sort of pushing down towards the floor, okay? As if you're sort of, if my legs were straight, I would be in a split. And push. Oh, that feels good. Really open up the hips. Let me show you from the side. Again, you should be holding these for a while, okay? 30 seconds minimum. And don't bounce, okay? Keep your eyes forward, keep the bellies flat, really get nice and low. Good. Open up the hips to the floor. If you can get down and do this with your knees, your weight is not directly on the top of your knees, it's sort of on the inside. So if you can manage to do that with your knees, it's a really good one. There you have it. Those are a few of my hip flexor stretches. Get up and move during the day in order to keep them from getting super tight. Make sure you add those to any of your routines. Let me know how they go. Thanks for watching.